Welcome back, YouTube. It's your boy Nunez, aka Vintage Pokemon Hunter, and today we have another find. Another local find. Just beautiful cards. Most of them aren't in that great of condition, unfortunately, but I did get a great deal on them. So I figured, hey, why not let's make it a YouTube video and let's go through everything that we got here. The gentleman wasn't too, into Pokemon anymore, but this is something that he did, just like everybody else, collect when he was younger. Most of these are in, like I said, not that good of shape, but, just stored like everybody else did in binders for years at a time. So here we have a hollow Brock's Trainer, and behind it we have just a regular Brock's Trainer. So any card that's in decent condition, I'm going to go ahead and sleeve it, simply because I did get such a good deal on these. It's worth it to keep regardless, even if they're in decent shape. This one seems to be in decent shape, just a little bit of whitening on the edges. So bear with me here as we go through every card here that I got. So this Celebi looks like it's in decent shape. And I have it here under the bright light so I can really tell. Just a little bit of, it's just dust and everything that got in here over the years. You can see, look at the way that these clear ones are. They're like brown and shit now. So a lot of these cards, what's crazy too, I was looking through these a little bit before I made this video. A lot of these cards I never had. Just from, some of these newer sets that came out. I think like, I want to say 2002, 2003 is when I really stopped buying them heavy, or have my father buy them for me heavy. So I remember being into Yu-Gi-Oh! And then after Yu-Gi-Oh! It was just like sports cards mostly. So this Shining Celebi is actually in amazing condition, but as you could tell, it's a little bit on the top left here, but look at, there's like a stain on the bottom right of there. Like, look at that. What is that even? So unfortunately, this Shining Celebi, the hollow's in mint shape, but then that bottom right, there's like a, I don't know, water got into it or what that is. So unfortunately, a little stain there on that Celebi, but that's definitely something nice enough that we're gonna keep. Here, this Lugia, I wish this was in better shape. This is a beautiful card. This Lugia is beat up, unfortunately, and you can see on the scratches all over this hollow. Still a beautiful card. This is something I'll easily keep and just. So I have a whole pile. I have piles of older cards that are great. I have piles of older cards that are, like this, that are nice cards but are messed up. So that'll go in that pile. Shining Celebi. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a different two piles here. Like these piles, I'm gonna put these into card savers. And then this pile here, these are just commons here. And then this pile I'm gonna do with just, nicer cards that I want to keep. So what was this here? This is another Lugia. Basic card here. Let's get into this. Well, this is a extremely beat up Tyranitar. This 2010 it says. That one's like, how is that one that beat up? Alright. Another Tyranitar here. The hollow looks pretty good on this one, actually. With a couple scratches, actually. Yeah. Just a little bit of scratches on the hollow on the top of it. The back. Some around the edges. It's just being kept in these for such a long time. Just warps them, and then, like I said, as you can see too, literally like dust and dirt, and 20 years does a lot to cardboard, to say the least. That's another card that, it's a nicer card, but it's just in a little beat up condition, so we'll put it in that pile here. Let's get into these here. We have a dark Pupitar and a regular Pupitar. That'll go into this pile. We're almost done here with the first page. It's crazy because a lot of these pages are back to back, like you can see. So here we have the Larvitar. Both Larvitars there. And up here, one of my favorite Pokemon ever, Suicune. For the longest time, I pronounced his name wrong, but oh man, what a beautiful card, but in crappy condition, unfortunately. This one was beat up. You could tell that this was played with heavily. Another regular Suicune up here. Like, this one is like peeling. That's how bad it is. Literally. The cardboard is literally peeling off the first layer. Alright, and the last set that we have here, we have the Entei. What's on the other side? Another Entei. Let's try and be careful with these down here. I'm struggling hard to get this out. I'm being careful with it like it's in great condition or something. Alright, first page is down. Entei back here. And again, this promo Entei. For those that don't know, obviously it literally says promo. If you look right here, it's all beat up. It's a reverse holo. What year is this? Yeah, this is the 2001. So it's a nice card, but, you know, beat up shape. So here was the page that sold me on this whole lot. If these cards weren't included, I wasn't going to buy it. I'm a bit annoyed that the cards aren't in as great a shape as I would like them to be, of course. But this entire lot is worth it just off of these cards, in my opinion. Even though they're a little beat up. Still a Blastoise. Just got some warping on it. This is still a card that will get put away. I don't know about graded, but this is, you know, these are Blastoise cards. They are unlimited, unfortunately, as you can see the shadow here. So just, you know, holos beat up, some edge wear, just, you know, classic old school issues of just awesome cards that were stored horribly. But I did look before. I had to look at the Charizard. Like it was itching me. This Blange Charizard. See, of course, there's Dark Charizard. There's a lot of Charizards here. Like who puts a Charizard and stacks them? So this Blange Charizard is actually not in that bad a shape. Out of every card, this Blange is actually okay. There's a little bit up here. There's a little nicks, little whitening. But this Blange Charizard is actually in decent shape. This is definitely getting a sleeve. Got the Blange Charizard here. Now for the unlimited Charizard. I did see a video recently about how, regardless, you should probably grade these cards just because people collect. This is a highly graded card that people collect, and like people do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of PSA. Like to get a PSA 1 or 2 purposely, people will literally take this card and just bend it in half. But regardless, even it's probably got some water damage on it. Like look at this. Legit looks like water got into this. But it's you know, it's an unlimited Charizard. Regardless, this will get sleeved up. And eventually, not soon, but eventually down the line, even though it's busted up, it'll probably get graded. Just so I can have them, because this card is, again, a highly collected card that in graded form. And people like to do, especially with Charizards, they like to collect PSA 1 through 10 of every card. So even though this guy's a little busted up, I'm still going to put him into a sleeve and keep him for later. It's going to get its own pile just because of how busted up it is. But yeah, look at this. Like, this Dark Charizard. Like, what happened to this? Look how chopped up that is. That is bad. And then just another Dark Charizard non-holo. So that's going to go into this pile over here. Oh, wow. There's Dark Blastoise back here, too, behind this Blastoise. And the same thing as the Dark Charizard. The Dark Blastoise is all bent up, unfortunately. So that's going to go into this pile. Now let's check the Venusaurs out. I did not really go through these that often before, like that quick. I just went through them quick just to see exactly what they were. So, oh man, just a little bit, if you could see, like on the top here, yeah, just from being stored away. I was gonna say it's a beautiful card. It's the holo, but the holo's old. If you see that, that's why you gotta always look at these under a light, guys. Looks great, right? Then you look up here and look at all the scratches on the holo. So beautiful cards, just unfortunately not that in great of condition. I'll still put this guy in a sleeve just because it is Erica's Venusaur. The starters do get a premium no matter what. So this will get put into this pile of decent cards, but not that good a shape. And then here, look at these Venusaurs. So many of them, and they're all beat up. This one's all right. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, this one's pretty beat up. This one too with the holos, it's a bunch of scratches. This is probably the cleanest one out of all of them. Just a bunch of scratches on the holos. A little bit of whitening here. This one is just scratched. It looked like a cat got to this. I had a cat. Like little, just look at those scratches. It had to be on purpose. And these two promo Venusaurs, again, just not great condition. These are pretty cool cards that just to collect and have them. Just like, this is pissing me off. Like, look, how is it that bad? So these will go up here. This one There's a couple that aren't in that bad condition. These two, I'm gonna take these and put that in this pile of, again, nicer cards that just aren't in great shape. Shout out to the big Ultra Pro. Using the basic card sleeves, one that you get for super cheap online. I usually buy these on eBay. You definitely, you know, a lot of people like to support their local shop, but unfortunately, due to this coronavirus, none of the local shops are open. And I've only really been, there's only a few by me. I have to go like pretty far up north to go into any local shop, so for the most part, I just order everything I need online, especially with card supplies and stuff like that. So far, these is what I got here to, you know, put away down here for the decent pile. Then here's the pile of great cards that aren't in too good a shape, and then these are just cards that are just really bad. Let's keep going through, see what we got. I don't think there's any hollows on the rest of these. So let's still pull them out and see what we got here. Get the War Turtle. This is a regular random card sleeve in the lot there. The Dark War Turtle, and another Dark War Turtle behind that. Put that in this pile up here. Let's grab the Squirtle Squad out of here. How many squirrels do we got? Just 2. Back here, like, look at that. What happened back there? Had to be like some kind of water damage or something. Oh, this is a first edition too. It's the only first edition in the whole thing. Charmeleon, 2 Charmeleons, Blaine's Charmeleon, and 2 Dark Charmeleons. This one is really beat up, but some of these are in alright condition. This one is. Cool to have some of these old commons, some of these artworks I had not seen in a long time. Like that Charmeleon, like this just brings me back. For some reason, this is extremely vivid. Like I remember this one so crazy from my childhood. I don't know why that artwork throws me back so much. The 3 different Charmanders here. Two different Ivysaurs, regular Ivysaur and Erica's ones. Ivysaur, sorry. Look at this Bulbasaur. Look at this. And Erica's Bulbasaur. Just another classic card right here. Classic artwork from my childhood. That brings me back. Now we're through the second page. Right, we gotta start moving a little bit quicker through these. So all the basic cards we're gonna leave. Start going just through the hollows. Oh, this is bent up bad. I was gonna say it's not that too bad, but like it's a big dent right there on the, and of course it's the freaking base set too as well. And the same thing here, just really beat up Pidgeot. So we'll put that here, this slot here. Got Koga's Beedrill. A little bit beat up again on the top of the edges. Got a little dent in it too. We got a bunch of Beedrills here. Okay, so I'm gonna go and start flipping through these and see where the hollows are. Koga's Pidgeotto, Koga's Pidgey. Just a bunch more basic cards here for everyone. Put these off to the side. And let's continue to go through these. So we have a Dark Raichu down here. Let's see, get all the hollows out of here. Ah, it's Dark Raichu, just all whiting on that side there. From being stored in that binder. This is beat up. This is one of those I'll put in the sleeves though, just because it's a Raichu. It's the evolved form of Pikachu. Everyone loves Pikachu. Everyone loves Raichu. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu. Alright. Put those off to the side. Another hollow we got here, Dark Arbok. Wow, and again, this is just looks like water damage on this. Out of every card that's in a sleeve, just a regular a Koga's Arbok just randomly is in a sleeve over here. Like, okay. See if this side has any hollows on it. Oh, we have Lieutenant Surge's Fearow down here. Let's get this guy out and see what that's looking like. Lieutenant Surge's Fearow. Unfortunately, we have a little crease down here. So that'll go up here. Let's get this off to the side. We'll get into the next page. So we got some more hollows here from the top. Let's go to this Nidoqueen. This Nidoqueen, just again from this storage, like I don't know what was in here. Just see if we can get, yeah, like just that'll come right off. It's just grime and dirt and just the way it was stored. Not only was it stored in a binder, it looked like this binder had a bunch of, you know, exposure to wherever it was. Probably just in a closet, honestly. This probably just got thrown in a closet for 20 years. Giovanni's Nido Queen. See what other hollows we got here. We got the Nido King down here on the bottom left. Oh, we got a bunch of Nido King. And they're all not in too good a shape. They're, you know, bent up here a little bit. But these aren't too crazy bad. So all three of these will get put into this pile of decent cards that just aren't in that good a shape. Same thing here with this Clefairy. I could already tell, just, oh man, on the sides and the hollow is just bad on this. So regardless, I got this entire lot for $100. I feel like it's completely worth it, and it's worth the risk on something like this. You know, the guy just didn't really know what Pokemon was anymore. He knew when he was younger, obviously, because look at his collection. But also at the same time, oh, this card is actually not too bad. It's Erica's Clefable. I mean, the hollow is a bit scratched up, but this is something that we'll get right into a sleeve and see down the future how that looks. This Clefable here, though, is just beat up. This one is tore up. See if we got any more hollows here. Doesn't look like it. So let's get to the next page. Right down here we have Erica's Vileplume. Ah, oh, unfortunately, look at this big rip. Big rip, big drip. Ah, oh, damn. Rest in peace on that one. I like this card a lot, actually. So let's see what other hollows do we have here. We got this Wigglytuff. Damn, this Wigglytuff too, just beat up a little bit. This is a 2. What's this back here? We got a light Wigglytuff. So those two will go up here. And yeah, just a lot of hollow scratching, a lot of whitening, but still not in too bad a shape. So I'll put that into this pile over here with Clefairy. What do we got up here? We got the Ninetales. So for anyone who doesn't know already, if you're looking at Ninetales, what you want to do specifically, you always want to check, because there's an error on Ninetales that down here they don't have the damage. It's literally called a no damage Ninetales. So anytime you're looking at a Ninetales, always check to make sure that the damage is there, especially on the older ones. So this Ninetales is beat up. There's a light Ninetales back here. Make a whole new pile now. But this Brock's Ninetales, on the top here there's a little bit. But this Brock's Ninetales seems in pretty decent shape. I'm gonna take this Brock's Ninetales and get that into a sleeve. Put that into this bottom pile here. This one is not in too bad. Look at this one though. This one is almost bent in half. You can see that. Let's check this back and see if we have any more hollows. Yes, we do. Got the Dark Golbat back here. So let's see how that's looking. What was this put in? This put in. Were these both put into a sleeve and then put into? Yes. Okay. Almost looked like it was saran wrap for a second. Like out of every card that was put into, you put the most random cards in here, I swear. This one's not too bad. I mean, the hollow is a little bit scratched up, but something, you know, we'll put it into a sleeve. This one, actually looks like, is it print lines back there? No, it's not print lines, those are just straight up scratches. Get this Dark Golbat. Got this a little bit messed up on the card sleeve there. That Dark Golbat will go down here. Look at this one. This one's beat up. Someone chewed the corner of that one. And Koga's Golbat in the back there. Alright, that sheet wasn't too bad. No more on this one. Let's see, what do we got here now? So we have on this, we have a Giovanni's Persian Hollow. Oh, this one looks pretty mint. So on the top here, you can see on the top there's a little bit of damage. Not too crazy though. Alright. Let's get that into a sleeve, and that's another one that we'll put down here in a pretty decent pile. These are gonna get top loaders. Like these eventually are gonna get put into these top loaders, just kept away for God knows how long, until I get around to submitting them or whatever I do with them. Here we have a Venomoth, which is in not too bad a shape actually. Just, again, the hollow scratches kill it, and you can tell the scratches on the hollows here weren't because somebody played with them. I think it's just because of the way it was stored. That's my honest opinion. Just the way that these were stored over time. Like, you could tell that somebody just took this and probably put it in a closet. Like, in their living room, too. Like, not in their bedroom. Just look at this. Like, look at the size of the side of this here, just black and brown over so long of just sitting. All right, what do we have down here? We got a Polyrath. We got a bunch of Polyraths down here, huh? Oh, unfortunately, they just messed up on the hollows. Oh man, this one is not in too bad a shape. No, it is. Dang, this is a nice lot here too. I like this card a lot. Unfortunately, yeah, we're gonna get this one. The hollow's messed up on it too, man. Yeah, we'll get this guy over here though. Let's get this into this pile. This will go into the middle pile of nicer cards that are just not that good a shape. We get all the rest of these Polyrats up here. What do we have in the middle here? The Light Arcanine. What beautiful artwork. I definitely never had this card. But unfortunately, around the edges and everything, the hollow looks pretty clean, honestly. But here you can tell just from storage, the way that you put things in the binder, just sitting on the side of it. Honestly, this isn't too bad. Yeah, it's just whitening from in the silvering on the corners, just from being in the binder for so long. This one's not too bad. We'll put this. This one will get a card sleeve and a card saver. Ooh, Blaine's Arcanine too. Just the hollows, a bit of scratches on the hollows, but around the edges, oh man, I got a little nick up here. Still think it's solid. It's a solid looking card. We're gonna put this guy down the bottom here. That one's not too crazy. There's Arcanine over here into this pile. What other hollows do we got here? We have up top, we got the Misty's Golduck. And again, just not in too bad a shape, but just residue from what looks like just years of storage. Just dust and dirt. You can clean your card off a little bit. Just look at that. Not too crazy. Just again, the corners, just from the way it was stored. This is definitely a candidate of a nicer card. The hollows are a bit scratched up, but this is something. You know, this whole lot. These are expensive cards. These are cards that, if they were in mint condition, are worth a lot of money. So even if they're in decent shape, these cards are worth money still. So I'm completely satisfied with this purchase. Not even halfway through the book, I'm completely satisfied with this purchase. 100% worth it. Here we have a Dark Slowbro, and this card looks great. This card actually looks amazing on the front. The bottom right, a little bit of white. If you can see, let's see. See the tiny bit of white here on the bottom? This one, we're getting into a card saver immediately. Get into a sleeve, and we'll get them into card savers after the video. But yeah, that's going into the pile of just nice cards that are definitely getting saved. Look at this Slowbro artwork. I don't think I've ever seen this. It's 2010. Yeah, this is a newer card. It's a little bit beat up, but I like that artwork. Light Slowbro and Sabrina Slowbro back here. Get that into the normal piles. Let's see, what other hollows do we have up here? We have Misty's Tentacruel. Oh, just a little nick up top here on the right. That's a shame because the hollow on this card looks pretty good. Wow, this is another artwork that just brings me super back. I had so many of these when I was a kid. Misty's Tentacruel. This we're going to put into that medium pile of just nicer cards that aren't in that good shape. Get that into this pile. So a lot of cards in this bottom pile will be in this same pile here. Honestly. Very close from, you know, nicer cards that are worth it and nicer cards that are worth it to just put away. It's a very fine line. And a lot of people don't submit anything that's not perfect. I haven't done a PSA submission yet, but I'm actually very curious as to a lot of the cards that I want to submit. So I'm gonna go and, you know, do an experiment and see. I mean, regardless, I feel like a lot of these cards are worth more grid than they are raw. That's just, you know, really research that you had to do on your own and be able to determine. Giovanni, how many Machamps are in this? I can feel how many Machamps are here. 2. All right, 5 Machamps. So here we have Giovanni's Machamp. And it just looks, again, just some dirt and dust and grime. And just, unfortunately, some wear. Just wear on the edges from the way it was stored. But, this one has the bend in it. If that didn't have the bend in it, I was going to say, these bolts aren't in too crazy bad a shape. Yeah, but this has the bend in it. So this one, I'll get it into a sleeve, but get into this pile of nicer cards that, unfortunately, just aren't in good a shape. This one here, too, though, yeah. It's just, the whitening seems too crazy on the top. Is it? Nah, it's just bent. It's like not even whitening. It's just literally the card almost separating just from being so old. So we'll get that. This is not going to go into the, we're not going to get into that card saver. That's going to be into the pile of nicer cards that just aren't in good a shape. This Machamp first edition, this came in, everyone had this card. Like if you didn't have this card, I don't know. If this came in the 2-player set, pretty much, you know, taught everyone how to play the game. A lot of people had that first edition Machamp. Let's see. Anything else? Any hollows on this back page? No. Alright, let's get to the next page. Look, we're not even, I don't even think we're halfway through. Legit, I don't believe we're halfway through this. Here we have a Muck. The hollow's alright, but the back is a little beat up. But it is a Muck. It is fossil. Unfortunately, it's fossil and limited, but the card's not too bad a shape, so we'll put that into this pile here. And we got up here Magneton. We got a bunch of Magnetons. I can feel them. Wow, I forgot the fossil Magneton. There's a bunch of them back here. Alright. So we have this Magneton, which is in not too crazy a shape. Not too bad a shape, sorry, but scratches on those hollows, man. The scratches kill these hollows. This one is actually really bad with the scratches. The edges and everything else isn't that bad, but the scratches are so bad that it's just, this is not worth it to put and like try and submit. Same thing with this. Just the edges and everything else isn't too bad. Yeah, but they have the clear. I mean, a lot of these cards with the clear backs, just look how bad they get scratched up. And they're not in too crazy bad a condition, the rest of the cards, but these hollows are scratched. This too on this jungle one. So put that here. And these are 4. I'll put these in the sleeve later, but get that into the pile of nicer cards that just aren't in good condition. Alright, let's go through the rest of these now. We got Sabrina's Gengar. What a beautiful card here. This one is, say it's not too bad. And then I flip it on the light and scratches on these hollows. What a shame. Sabrina's Gengar, what a beautiful card. This is another very hard card to grade just because of the background of it. Get that into the sleeve here. Put that into the pile of nicer cards that just aren't in that good a condition. Sabrina's Gengar and a regular fossil Gengar back here. What else we have here? What other hollows we got here? We got a Hypno on this page. This one hollow too? Nope. Dark Hypno back here. Just a hollow, as you can see here, is scratched up. Can you guys really see it that crazy? Another card that's not in too bad a shape, but not good enough to grade just because the hollows are scratched up on it. Nope, that's a regular, that's a basic card there. Any more hollows? Oh, we got Haunter up here. Can't forget about Haunter. Oh, and the hollow on this one actually isn't too crazy. The hollow scratching isn't bad, but on the top there's a little bit of whitening. A little bit here on the sides. This card isn't too bad. Alright. So it just cut off, unfortunately, at the Gengar. Sorry, at the Haunter. Haunter was the last one I pulled back out of here. So since the Haunter, I did pull one other great card here. For some reason it was cut off. Sorry guys, I'm just realizing now that it got cut off. This Rockets Hitmonchan is a beautiful card. A couple other cards besides the Haunter that we pulled out, just hollows, was a Hitmonchan not in too good a shape and an Electrode not too good a shape. So let's get into the rest here. Sorry for that, guys. I don't know why that cut off. Here, we just pulled out here a Brock's Rhydon. What I was trying to show, and then I realized that the camera wasn't rolling anymore. It's a huge print line going across the top of this Brock's Rhydon. So it's a nice card in pretty decent shape, but unfortunately there's a whole print line going across it. So this will go into the pile of really nice cards that unfortunately not in too good a shape. Oh, yeah, you got a big pile over here of those. A lot of nice old Wotc Hollows, Wotc, Wizards of the Coast. There's no more hollows on this page, so let's get into the next one. Ooh, down here, Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz. Wow, so Electabuzz in a bunch of... He's got these... something so random how just random cards, or some of them are in sleeves, attached to other ones in sleeves. This Electabuzz is in not too bad a shape. This Electabuzz is actually in great shape. The hollows, tiny bit of scratches on these, but this is a great card that'll get put away. And just the amount that I got these cards for, like it would be stupid for me to not submit any card that's in decent shape. I got these cards for an absolute steal. We got Mr. Mime here. Get into the next card. Mr. Mime. Oh, it's a bit scratched up. This is another crazy old card that just takes me back. Mr. Mime. Oh man, scratches all over the hollow. This is gonna go up here, unfortunately. This is another card I had my eye on here, the Rocket Scyther. This is a beautiful card. Oh, and unfortunately there's a little wear on the front. There's a bit of scratches. I know that this is an extremely sought after card. In good shape. Well, especially the first edition one. Oh man, unfortunately this one is not that good a shape. Rocket Scyther. Here we have a bunch more Scythers. Here's the hollow one. The jungle, which again just scratches all over the hollow, probably from the way it was stored. So that's gonna go up here. Yeah, this is like water damage too. I swear this had water damage or something at one point. Like some cards you could just tell. So this is going to go into the pile of nicer cards that just unfortunately aren't that good a condition. Alright. The next page, and one of my favorite cards. Look at this. Please be in decent shape. Please. Please, Shining Magikarp, be in decent shape. This card I really want to be in decent shape. Oh my god, there's more than one. There's more than one Shining Magikarp. Alright, let's pull these all out. Shining Carp, please be in decent shape. Ah, scratches on the hollow. Still beautiful cards, but this has a print line on it. This just has scratches. Oh man, they're both in great shape too, just with hollows. But these right here, this is a perfect point. Like these two cards right here, raw, I could probably sell both of these cards on eBay and pay for this entire binder. Literally, just these two cards. Especially the shape that they're in. They're actually in good enough shape for that. So this is definitely a card where I'm going to take that, put this into a sleeve, and eventually these will be sent away to... it's either PSA or Beckett. It's most likely going to be PSA where I go with. Just because more reputable, and PSA and Beckett's much harsher. Especially a lot like this. I don't want it to be harsher. I just want them to be graded at that point. You know, I want to get the big deal, the bulk deal, submit a bunch of cards, and see what I get back. This Koga's Ditto is scratched up, unfortunately. This regular Ditto as well. Wouldn't be too crazy, but it's got a nick right in the hollow here on the top. Koga's Ditto. Is this one in decent shape? Yeah, so the regular Ditto is a little beat up, but the Koga's Ditto, I'll get into a sleeve, and I'm going to put that into the pile here. of decent cards that are just not in that good of shape. It's another great card we have here, Giovanni's Gyarados. Oh, and I missed these Gyarados behind it. This one is, look at this Gyarados. This one's chopped up. You can tell this guy really liked Gyarados. This one actually got played with. So let's see, this Giovanni. And yeah, again, just scratches all over the hollow, unfortunately. The whitening a little bit on the edges. Oh man, this would be a beautiful card if the hollow was clean on it. Yeah, I can't. This is too bad to submit. Still a clean card. I don't think so, actually. Is it worth it to submit this? Yeah, I'll put that into the pile. What about this one? Misty's Gyarados. Yeah, there's not too bad a hollow. It's crazy because this one was behind the other one, so I guess it was protected by all the dirt and dust and whatever got into it. So this one is way cleaner. This Misty's Gyarados is super clean. Right, we got here a bunch of pincers, it seems like. Let's open this. Pincer, pincer, pincer. Giovanni's pincers and a mysterious fossil. Why was that buried behind him? A pincer. I'm like, okay. This dirt here, nah, this pincer is just beat up. That'll go up here into these piles. Gotta start making a third pile here of just the basic cards. Again, these are still older cards, so some of these cards still have a lot of value to them, even in beat up shape. Keep those up there. What do we got here? Oh, we got Jolteon down here. Let's see if we got any hollows back here. We got Jolteon. Nope. Oh, this one's a first edition. That's crazy. I haven't seen not one hollow first edition, but there's random first edition cards like this in here. Let's go down here too with the Vaporeon. Let's pull that one out. Just one of the hollow Vaporeons. All the rest are not. Just beat up. Scratches all over the hollow. But the card itself isn't too bad beat up. So the scratches are messed up, so we will throw this into the pile, that middle pile of nicer older cards that are just beat up, not too good to be submitted. Alright, let's get to the next sheet here. Now we're getting into some stuff that's worth some money. Because now, look at this Kabutops. Please be in decent shape. The scratches on the hollows, man, kill me a little bit. A little bit of scratches on the hollows, but this is still in decent shape. Crazy card too. I never had this. This is a beautiful card. This one we're gonna keep. That's definitely gonna get submitted. I wish this was a hollow too. Here we have it from the fossil set. Well, the hollow is not too bad on this one. But unfortunately, see, this one has a little more wear around the sides. Yeah, so we're going to put this into the pile. Those nicer cards that just aren't really too good a shape just because it's not, that wouldn't be worth it to submit that one. Pocket Snorlax. I don't even remember that. Oh, unfortunately, no hollow Snorlaxes. Let's see what we got down here. We got an Articuno. Beat up on that hollow. The card itself is not too crazy, not too bad, but yeah, that hollow is scratched up. Get that into this pile here. We got down here an Aerodactyl. This one is extremely beat up as well. Look at that artwork. What a cool artwork. So yeah, that one's not even good enough to put away in the pile of nicer cards. Got Kabuto. Ooh, let's smash that one on the side. Gotta be more careful with the Omastar and the Dark Omastar. Like, why was this regular Omastar put into a sleeve? For what reason? So many beautiful cards without sleeves, and just so many random cards with sleeves. Up here we got a Flareon. Oh, this is a shame. This is a shame because the hollow's actually in decent shape on this one. There's a lot of edge wear. That's actually a shame. What's this one here? The Dark Flareon. So this Flareon just has a bunch of edge wear, but the hollow isn't too bad. So we'll put that into this middle pile. All right. Porygon. No, there's no hollows there. Alright, to the next sheet now. See what hollows we have here. We got a Dark Dragonite. Oh man, the hollow all messed up on this one too. And a regular Dragonite. Both of these just not in amazing shape. So we'll get those into that pile. Let's see what this Rockets Moltres is. I already have a few of these. Same thing with this Rockets Moltres, just nicer card, but scratchies on the hollow. Way too many scratchies. Scratchies! Let's go with this Zapdos here. This Zapdos is not bad. This Fossil one has a lot more scratches on the hollow. Yeah, not too good. Not too bad, not too good. Not good enough for me to justify submitting them. We have Erica's Dragonair. Oh, unfortunately, this one got bent up in the corner. So this one's going to go up here. And here, the Mewtwo. Oh, Mewtwo got a sleeve, huh, bro? Okay. Mewtwo's gotten sleeves, right? Mewtwo's were cool, so they got put in sleeves. Wow, and it's crazy, like, barely any scratches on the hollows. If these were put into sleeves and then put into this binder, like, they'd be in much, much better condition. These right here, though, are not in too bad a shape. Both of them, honestly. Keep looking like a scratch is gonna appear or something, but no, these are both. This is a little warped, this one here, but those are both. We'll get those in the card savers. Hopefully over time they'll flatten up. Not too crazy, not too bad on the warping. So this is something that we could definitely. Oh, I just grabbed the old sleeve. Almost put that. Just put it back into its old sleeve. That's exactly what I don't want to do. This one, again, it's just a little bit warped, probably because it was in the back of the binder. But we'll definitely make that out. We'll try and flatten that guy out. Alright, on to the next page. Just every single page has hollows on it. That's the crazy part. As we keep going, just, if you guys haven't noticed that yet, every page has hollows on it. So it's usually put into like one section. Somebody will do it, like if you're a collector. You'll have all your hollows like in one. Nope, this hollows are throughout. These hollows are just all the way throughout this binder. Dark Feraligatr. The hollow is super clean on this card. It's a little bit of edge wear, but honestly, I feel like this is good enough because the hollow is really clean on this card. So we'll put that down here. See, this one, unfortunately, the hollow isn't that clean and there's edge wear. So the hollow isn't that clean and it's a little warped, so this one we'll put into this pile here. Then on the back there we also have a Feraligatr that unfortunately just the hollow seems crazy on this one. We do have a bit of a swirl here going on too. See the swirl? This Feraligatr though. See if I can get this dirt over here. What is this? See, just little things like that just ruin the value of a card that you can actually, you know, if you can get it off and not ruin the card, maybe it's worth it. Yeah, this Feraligatr, man, it's not too crazy. Then it has the swirl. You know, I'm gonna keep this one. This is one I'm gonna keep in the good pile. People do not enjoy paying premiums for that. They swear there's a premium on the swirls on the swirl hollow just because it looks cooler. That's a debate I've definitely been seeing a lot recently. Oh man, this Dark Typhlosion. The hollows are great again, just some edge wear. But honestly, I think it might be worth it. The hollows are clean on both of these cards. But like this one back here. Now let's see, this one the hollow is a little messed up, but these two, the hollows are clean. So this will go into this pile. These two will get put into sleeves and go into the nice pile. These are actually, man, just the whitening around a little bit. Like I could see those getting an 8. A little bit of silvering. Sorry, it's not whitening. It's actually silvering. Being stored. Let's see, what do we got here? Meganium. Anything good with this Meganium? The hollow a little scratched up. The card itself is pretty good condition. Yeah, unfortunately, there's just too many scratches on here on this hollow for me to justify it. Next page. It's literally every single page has a hollow look, no matter what, until the very end. Dark Crobat, the hollow on this is clean. It's a little bit of silvering on around the edges, but yeah, this hollow is perfect on this card. This card's definitely going in the good pile. Any old card like this with the hollow perfect, as long as it's not too crazy around the edges, it's definitely worth it. Let's get into the next one here. We got a Togetic. And another card, beautiful hollow on this. Absolutely beautiful. Just a little bit of wear on the top, just from the way it was stored over time. See if we can clean this up a little bit. Good old-fashioned elbow grease. Just a little bit of wear on that top there, but that's a beautiful card with a beautiful hollow. That's, you know, this one is actually in great condition. That's gonna get put over here. Got up here, got a Pichu. Another Pichu back there. Let's see. Let's see, these hollows are chopped up on this, unfortunately. The hollows are not good on this Pichu. But it's still a Pichu. So we'll put that into the middle pile of nicer cards that might be worth it. To the next page. Alright, we have Politoed hollow here. Let's see what this Politoed looks like. Hollow's messed up on this, unfortunately. I know this is a nice card. Alright, we'll get that into this pile. That is unfortunate. Down here we have a Jumpluff. Just a beat up hollow again. Put that here. The light Azumarill. See what this is hitting for. So a light Azumarill with, I was gonna say the hollow looks great on this, but again, on the right side here a little bit. But this card is, besides that, pretty minty. So I think, yeah, this one I'm gonna save. This is a nice card. Let's get that here. These Azumarills are scratched up though, unfortunately. These will go into that middle pile. And what do we got up here? Blossom. And again, great shape, but I could just literally feel the gunk of just dirt on top of here. Let's clean these up a little bit. And there's a print line, unfortunately, going right through that, so it won't go that high of a grade, but this hollow is literally beautiful. There's nothing wrong with this hollow at all. So let's put that away. That's down here in the really nice pile. So look, this is, I got about literally 30 cards at least already that I could submit. And I mean, we're a little more than halfway through so far, so still have a bunch more to go through. Super excited about this. Trying to be as careful as I can when I take these cards in stacks out, because you never have any idea what they are. So here we got Ampharos. Something just clicking on there. We got another card where the hollow is beautiful on this. So it's got a little dust and dirt. Probably get some ISO. ISO will probably rip this off, but you know, look at this little elbow grease trying to stay away from the hollow. Trying to clean this up a little bit. Seems to be working quite well a little bit. Just the grime is just coming up just from the oil on my fingers. But yeah, the hollow on this, no scratches. In the bottom, a little bit of whitening on the edges here, but a little bit of, you know, just wear just from being in the binder. But this is a beautiful card. This is an Ampharos. This is super old. This is what, yeah, 2001 this set. And these sets are super expensive now. Like if you wanted to open these cards and like buy these packs and open these cards are super expensive now. Oh, this dark Ampharos. Again, just a little bit of edge wear on it, but this is a beautiful card. These hollows are in actually decent shape now. Ah, this one's got some scratches. Yeah, just very little bit though. These Dark Amphiroses are actually in decent shape. All three of these I'm gonna keep. Legit, all three. So all four Amphiroses are actually in decent enough shape that I can keep them, which is cool. And I'm glad I'm doing this now because I know in the future I'll thank myself. I've been doing this video has been going for probably like an hour or so now, so I want to start going through them a little bit quicker. So let's start just getting hollows out here and really go through them. Ah, oh, this Espeon, I wanted to be perfect so bad. Of course it's the hollow, just a little bit of scratches on them. Oh man. Scratches on the hollow are a killer. This is still a beautiful card and it's Espeon, so I'm going to keep this one. I'll most likely end up going through them one more time just to decipher what I really want to be able to submit. But again, so many of these cards are just so expensive, it's worth it. It's super worth it to submit it. Even if they come back like a 6 or a 7, it's literally worth it. Here we have a Fortress. Unfortunately, there's a little kink up here, but this hollow is perfect on this card. That's so unfortunate. So that's going to go into this pile here. This middle pile is nicer stuff. That's just not in great condition. Up here we have a Slowking. What's this one looking like? Oh, unfortunately, there's just the hollow a little messed up, a little bit of whitening, silvering on the right. Man, this is a beautiful card and a hard card to grade too. But it's not in that crazy bad a condition. So this is something, you know, I'm curious. Is it worth it? The hollow is all messed up though. A lot of scratches on this hollow. So we'll put that into the pile and we'll check that out later. Let's see what else we got here. Anything else good? No hollows here. Oh wow, page of just unknowns. Another page of unknowns. This guy really liked the unknowns. I know this set had a bunch of them, so yeah, look. Literally had A, B, C, D. He literally had the unknowns, started to list them. So just got something, just look at this. Like, what is that? Look at that. It's a black dot. It's literally, I believe it's just dirt and grime that gets into it. Yeah, because look, it just like clicked off. Like, boop, just popped right off. And again, the hollow is perfect on this card. Around this back is a little, this is messed up here, unfortunately. Yeah, so the hollow is messed up, but yeah, there's a little bit of whitening around the edges. This is a card that we'll get into this pile of nicer cards that unfortunately just, you know, the hollow is perfect around the edges and the silvering, this isn't worth it. Alright, the other sheet of unknowns. Wow, another sheet of unknowns. A third sheet of unknowns. Into more hollows here. Alright, here we got a Heracross down here. Let's see what this Heracross is looking like. Unfortunately, this Heracross is a little beat up. That'll go into this pile. Really do appreciate you guys watching these videos. If you've watched this whole video so far, you're real for that. This is a very long video. This is that process that a lot of people don't like to do. Look at what happened here. What happened? Literally what happened? What is going on there? Those were stuck together like that. And here too, look at this Steelix. Like how did it bend that bad? Alright, any more hollows? Nope. Down here we have a Delibird. I actually have this Delibird in Japanese, the same exact one. I have both of these cards in Japanese. This card is a little bit warped. So they're a little bit warped and they're not that crazy, so I'll put that on the side. No more hollows here. Down here we have Porygon 2. Ooh, this Porygon 2. Unfortunately. This one's not that good, but this, oh man. It's a little bit of scratches on the top right. But it's a Porygon 2. The back looks pretty good. So I think I'll submit that one. See what that goes for. Here we have a Kingdra. The back one is beat up. This front one is not too bad. front one is not too crazy. This Kingdra, but not that expensive of a card to justify submitting it just because it's nice. Houndoom. Oh man, unfortunately this one is a little chipped up too. It's not that good. And Skarmory, one of my favorite Pokemon from this generation, beat up. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping that card was in decent shape. No other hollows here. Ooh, and down here we have Blissey. Expedition pack. Look at this. This is actually in decent shape. Ooh, alright. It's crazy. A lot of the newer cards, a lot of these newer generation cards are in better shape. I guess they were in the back. I don't know if it's because they were in the back of the of the binder. Some of them were put away. Some of them that were tucked away behind other ones are in better shape. Down here, the Raikou, however you say it. Oh man, and it would be in decent shape too if it didn't have that. Oh, that's unfortunate. There's a big up here. That is extremely unfortunate. What we got here? Hitmontop. Hollow's in decent shape on here, but just whitening everywhere as a nick. Nope. That's gonna go here. Smeargle. Oh man, I remember this card too so vividly. Unfortunately, the hollow is messed up on that guy. And the other ones here, nope. Alright. Promo Meowth, Promo Eevee, not in good shape. Got a Cleffa back there. Let's see what we got here. Promo Eevee. Neither of them are in good shape. And a Promo Zapdos. Neither of the hollows are in great shape, unfortunately. The Promo Mewtwo. And a pre-release Misty Seadra down here. A bunch of more promo cards too. Smeargle, Togepi. Look at this. Oh, hit the camera there. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, this Misty Seadra pre-release. Ooh, both of them are in great condition. Both of them are in great shape. Let's get these into sleeves. Alright, we gotta start moving quick here because we're about to run out of film time. Gotta run out of storage. That's how long I've been recording for. About to run out of storage on my device. So let's just quickly breeze through the rest of what we got here. It's another Promo Venusaur. Cool Porygon. Look at these. Like, there's a bunch of promo cards. Look at this. This I've seen. Look at this. And it's pretty mint. Ah, oh, on top. Up top there's a little bit of silvering. And this is an expensive card. Birthday Pikachu. This is a very rare promo card. Some Dark Gyarados. And then the rest are trainers. Awesome lot here, guys. So make sure to always check around. You never know where you could find old school Pokemon stuff. Like, look at this huge lot I just got. Appreciate you guys watching these videos each day. Have a good one.